Welcome to the Untold Conversations, Raw and Real, the podcast that goes beyond the perfect picture into the stories that truly matter. I'm your host, Margarita Alex, life coach and public speaker. And today in my podcast studio, I have two amazing dancers. We have Rami, an international dancer, choreographer, teacher from Syria, and he's known to be Dubai's male bachata icon. Hi, Rami. How are you?
Margarita. How you doing? Very good to be here today.
Yay! And then we have Dilara, my lovely Dilara. She's a dance instructor for the past 9 years, and she helps people to connect through dance. Hi, Dilara. Welcome to the
Hi,
podcast.
Margarita.
So, guys, I know you personally. We've danced with you, Dilara, and we've danced with you, Rami. And today, in our conversation, I would like to open up a bit more about how dancing is helping people overcome their fears, how it is helping to benefit not only physically but also mentally, because it is community, it is physical activity, it is connection, and it is a lot of emotions. And our emotions basically drag us in our life, and I think dancing helps with that. And I would like you guys to tell me a bit more about that.
Let's
Sounds
do it.
good.
Let's do it. First question. What do you think are the main reasons that people come to dance, to the dance floor?
Do you want to go for that first?
No, you go.
All right.
I think you're ready already.
I will speak from personal experience before I say why people do come for dancing. Like me personally, when I started social dancing a couple of years back, it was a very huge step for me, as whatever dance I already did wasn't something performed as couple. I come from a hip hop background, so mainly my dancing was solo.
Same for me.
Right. So when I engaged into social dancing, such as salsa, bachata, it was a bit different for me, as I had to be responsible in the dance for somebody else. It wasn't only my own self. It was a mix of emotions, because you can interpret these emotions when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're angry. All these things, all these emotions come into actual reality when you're dancing with somebody. So social dancing took a very impeccable part of my life when it comes to this. So I think social dancing can really affect one's being, let's say, or one's personality when he engages within this in a very good way. Because whatever he's feeling at the moment, he can interpret it within the dance.
Yes, I totally agree. I know also myself, I don't dance the same way today than yesterday than tomorrow.
Right.
And I also feel like whenever I'm on a dance floor or even just in a class, the way I move, it tells a lot about my mental state. It tells a lot about my physical state. And sometimes you can get, like anxious or angry, like, okay, I did this yesterday. I was so smooth and flying and doing all the waves or whatever, or this choreo was fine. And today it's just a complete disaster. So I will
Roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. I understand.
like that, a roller coaster, right? And the
Right.
thing is that, as you mentioned, it's not obviously it is about you as a person whenever you step on a dance floor. But since we're talking about dancing like salsa, bachata, kizomba, also, it is a partnership.
Yeah.
So I would say it also helps you to listen not only to yourself but also to the other person.
Totally agree.
So, what do you think it's like the most difficult part of of listening? Because we have the followers, which is me basically. Then we have the leaders, which is Rami, and we have the leaders and the followers, which is Dilara. so like two in one. So, what do you think is the most difficult part of the listening to the other person?
It's a very good question. And at the same time, it's simple, but at the same time, it's hard. Listening, it's in dancing, if we take like dancing, listening. On the dance floor, you have music, and you have like in front of you completely like different person doing something. If you're a follower, so you need to be able to dance by yourself, but at the same time, you need to get the signals, right?
Correct.
And while you're dancing, while you want to express yourself, but at the same time, there's another person who is giving you, go this side, go that side. But I think at this moment, it's very important to like relax, be yourself. And I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, we are all
This part, please
all
cut. Yeah, I need the time to warm up. It's me, yeah. Like
No
5 minutes.
problem.
I need to
No
talk,
problem.
yeah.
It's like the first time, it reminds me the first time the peers from the dancing school called me to go to a social night.
Right.
And
Oh, by the way, the
then-
same, yeah.
And then there was this guy, and I'm getting goosebumps. There was this guy asking me out, and like I'm usually a very confident person, but then when you start something new, look at that. I was like, oh my god, do I remember all the steps? What did I learn yesterday in class? Oh my god. And I think what you just said, just relax and go with the flow.
Right.
I just invite you.
And
Same
this-
as in dancing.
Yeah.
I just invite you to follow me because I am your leader today. So
By the way, you're very good.
Same.
You're very good at this, Now you relax me.
Same,
Yeah.
same.
So
Yeah.
what was the question? Can you repeat it again? So what is difficult or
No, how difficult or how easy it is to listen to the other person in a dancing, and let me just maybe also share my insights on that. I feel like whenever I started, I think because you guys are dancing for a very long time, so you might not remember how it was when you were beginners, but whenever I started dancing, I was so focused on me performing good because I thought that my job as a follower was basically know everything so that whoever is guiding me would find it easy to do that, or it was like my responsibility to know exactly everything perfect because I come from a perfectionist background, which I'm working on, and even this podcast is one of the things that I'm working, like it's not perfect, we're not perfect, but then be able, I feel like the only way you can connect to the other person is when you stop focusing on yourself and you are relaxing.
Yeah.
So then you just let go all of your thoughts. Okay, what I'm doing now, what should I do next? How good am I moving? How good am I performing? You just let go. And then you, in that relaxation is when you are able to feel the other person. Because
Right.
the only way we listen in dancing is by feeling, right?
I totally agree with your point. And see, this is where actually social dancing is different from performing, right? So in social dancing, it's more of a conversation.
Yes.
And as human beings, when we're engaging in conversations, any conversation cannot be perfect.
Yeah.
So during that conversation, you can have flaws, you can have mistakes, and this is the perfect nature of social dancing.
Yeah.
In performances, you expect every step, every beat, every count to be absolutely perfect. And this is what makes a difference. In social dancing, I always had the issue of letting my guard down at the beginning. And when I finally did, this is where I wouldn't say perfectionism came, if that's a word. I would say this is where my enjoyment came. This is where I started enjoying what I'm doing, when I let my guard down and I started actually having conversation with that person. And to elaborate on your point, this is what makes social dancing perfect: to let your guard down and to be relaxed while you're dancing.
Super. And also, going back to, you just mentioned that it's like a conversation. And I'm just thinking, well, if I have a conversation with you and like real conversation, right? And the only part that I'm focusing on is myself, how I talk, how I do what I say, the conversation won't be interesting for you either because it's all about myself. But whenever I am relaxed with a natural flow and focused on also hearing you, that's where it becomes interesting, right? So yes, guys, it's all about the conversation.
I agree.
And I also feel like the dancing itself helps a lot with confidence, overcoming all this shyness that we have inside of us. So you guys that you are teachers, have you seen and how you seen your students overcome that, becoming more confident while dancing?
I think like in dancing, it's very good opportunity. It's like the place where you can play different roles, unless like we cannot do it in real life, because like we are either mom or like employee or director, so we have certain status in real life. But on the dance floor, as per me, I can be like different. I can be angry, I can be romantic, I can be sexy. I can be different. Yeah. And while you're like dancing, like 2 minutes of the song, 3 minutes of the song, you can be like anyone. And especially, I like saying like dancing helps me to show my dark sides, which I cannot do in real life. So, and with this, when you show like different sides of you, it helps you to become more confident.
Wow, that's a very interesting insight. I haven't thought about that. And that's why, our conversation is so brilliant and so meaningful, because we are so often scared to show our different side or darker side. But I agree that it's like a theater, no? You go on the dance
Yeah, it
floor
is.
and the song has a particular beat and you go like, okay, fine, now I'm gonna, like rock it, roll it, ba, ba, ba.
Right,
And then the
right,
other one
right.
is like, oh, it's so smooth. I feel like so romantic today. I'm gonna be this like fairy tale, like muse, la, 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 so soft.
Yes,
And that's very, very, very meaningful and very important. Thanks for sharing. So now I want to ask you a bit more about your personal stories and about your
Oh, sure.
personal
Sure,
background,
sure.
because I believe, whenever I opened up about my story, how I ended up, coaching and doing podcasts and working with people, a lot of, I got a very nice feedback about how interesting and meaningful was that. And I know that both of your stories are slightly different, and I would like to know a little bit more about that. So I want to ask you, like, when did you start to feel passionate about dancing, and what role or what impact it had in that particular moment of your life? And I don't know if it's like childhood or your youth. So Rami, you go first. You
Sure
have a
thing.
smile. You already have flashbacks of memories.
I had a
so
lot of
let's go.
flashbacks,
Let's
yeah.
go. Let's go.
So a little bit of a backstory, actually. I come from two very different families. So my dad's side is very different from my mom's side, right? My dad's side is more technical. They're more into numbers, mathematicians, computer scientists, something more technical. My mom's side is a bit more artistic. So they go for like poetry, acting, theater.
Oh my God.
Right. So you can just imagine the genetics going like this, in in different directions.
Now I understand.
Yeah. So to satisfy both ends, actually, I studied management information systems, which I have a degree in, and I've been dancing since I was a kid. But before dancing, I had to experiment a lot of stuff. I had to go through music lessons, piano, guitar, karate, whatever it is, something that I want to find my passion in, which wasn't my passion, but my parents were trying to find that passion for me. Eventually, I found two ends, which are basketball and dancing.
Okay.
I continued my path with these two ends. Dancing, ever since I was 12, I started with hip hop. And I continued to play basketball throughout my teenage years until I eventually started to concentrate on one thing, which is dancing. Right? So throughout my college years, I was playing basketball and I was dancing until I had to decide on to do one thing, which is now
Which
dancing.
was dancing. Yeah.
Right?
So you were like going through the two. First of all, it's really interesting that you did like an investigation, like a market research about what made you the little thing inside, right?
Exactly,
Because I think, and you were very fortunate about that when you were young, because so many of us, people just go with whatever the parents say, whatever the society stipulates. So when you had an opportunity to explore, that's great, because now I see you happy. And
I was
know,
a stubborn kid.
Yeah,
I was a very stubborn
and I
kid.
know why you're happy. And then you could balance both of your passions, your hobbies, but still
100%.
the dancing dragged you.
Right.
until
Come to the
today,
dark
until
side. Come
today's
to the dark
podcast.
side.
Yes.
Until I eventually got
great.
here.
And it's good.
It is, right?
Yes.
It
And
is.
here you are.
I'm happy that I am here.
Yeah.
That if you're watching this, yeah.
Dilara, what about you?
So for me, I started dancing very late. So like started dancing, I mean like learning. I was, I think, like almost 20 years old. But all my life, I loved dancing, but I couldn't have a chance to like learn proper dancing. Because my dad is a tennis coach. He still teaches. So
My dad is a tennis coach too. Oh,
Really?
Still teaching,
Wow.
yes.
And you play tennis?
No, I play paddle. And he's
Like
like
all
looking
your
at me
life?
like, no, I
your
recently play paddle. So that's
recently.
the comment everyone does. How come you come from a father who is a tennis coach and you don't know how to play racket
Yes,
sports?
exactly. Because
Don't
like,
ask.
in my case, like I didn't have a chance. So when I was already like 5 years old, like I was on a court playing
my God.
tennis, and like for me, that time I'm a kid and I don't know. Like I have this freedom to choose. Like you go after something after school, you go straight away to play tennis, to practice, to train. So all my life I was playing tennis professionally, but dancing was part of my life like all the way. I was dancing like, when you're a kid, when your parents are at work, you put on TV and you like
And you lose
yes.
yourself into the music.
Exactly, and you imagine you are the star singing and dancing. Like that's how I was dancing when I was a kid. But then when I moved to another city from my hometown, I'm like, this is the chance. I need to start dancing. And first, it was for the same for me. It was a hip hop. I started from hip hop. Then at that time, it was very famous dance.
TikTok, no.
Tectonic.
Tectonic.
Yeah, so I was doing
tectonic.
hip hop, I was doing tectonic. Then I started doing like traditional dances, Uzbek dances. So I was doing everything just to dance. So there was no reason like why I'm dancing. I cannot not to dance. I need to dance. And I was doing all the styles. And then in 2012, my friend invited me to the social party in Uzbekistan, in Tashkent.
Wow.
And it's kind of like conservative country. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to the party without knowing where I'm going. And when I saw it, I was so shocked. Like this in Uzbekistan here in Tashkent, and I don't know about it. And it was existing by that time. It was existing like about 2 or 3 years already. And I remember still now. I was sitting at the table, and I was watching everyone, and I'm like, in 2 months, I'm gonna be the best here. I don't know
That
why.
sounds like her.
I don't know why, but it's like it happened at that moment. I'm like, I want to be best. And in 2 months, we had a competition, and I took the third place in 2 months.
Bravo.
Yeah, that's how my journey
Perseverance, like-
started in salsa, bachata, and kizomba. Just a party. I fell in love, and still here I am.
Wow, that's a very different background, right?
Right. I totally
But
agree.
it says a lot about, well, I started dancing like 3 years ago, so I was 28.
That's really cool.
Yet I did some funky hip hop, but I was a bit stiff for that. I felt like, I was seeing other girls, I was like, And then when I was like a little kid, I did some traditional Ukrainian dancing for maybe like half a year or so. And I did do vals and cha-cha-cha, all
you did
this
ballroom,
ballroom
wow, okay.
for 1 year.
All right.
So that's why when I came to dancing, I felt like some moves are familiar,
Yeah,
but
of
I
course.
didn't perform like long time, right?
Right.
Because also when I did the ballroom dances, I was super tall. I would probably be like 9 or 10. I was super tall, and at the beginners class, there were no tall guys, so it was very awkward, and everyone felt awkward, and I was like, I don't want to be here. I feel very awkward. I better go, and like
Usually, it's hard to find guys at these kind of
yes, and tall guys
Strong guys, yeah.
impossible. Like I don't know how tall I was, but I was probably like someone who is 3 or 4 grades higher. So it was like a very awkward moment, and I didn't feel nice. So I said like, maybe not for me, maybe not now, right? And then I went to the funky part, which is also a solo performance, and so basically my background of dancing. So now I have to share myself,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So I always liked to dance, and I was 3 years ago. I moved to Dubai. 4 years ago, I moved to Dubai, and I decided I will change my life, and I will work mainly on whatever is stopping me from being happy. So I had to deep down into all my fears and all my traumas, and then I realized that I had a major trauma with feeling safe, and also with like trusting another person. And also through all my life, I've been navigating, like I've been very independent. So for me, dancing with sound, so I have to put myself very close to someone. This person, I have to trust. This person is going to be guiding, meaning that I have, now that I know that I still have a voice and I still can guide, but at the beginning, what I was working on is like letting go and just trust and just go with him wherever he leads, and that comes for all of my personal traumas, and I found it so difficult. Like it was that plus the perfectionism that I wanted to be good because I can feel the music. I know I like the music, so it was like a complete. Like my mind was going, like I was getting anxious, and I was like, okay, well, this is part of my therapy. If I manage to do that on a dance floor, and usually we have 3 to 5 minutes of, unless you dance like long time kizomba, but salsa bachata, we have 3 to 5 minutes of short time. And I said, well, 3 to 5 minutes, if I manage to do it in this short time, means that I can manage to do it in my life. Yeah. And then I saw myself having results, being able to let go, being able to follow, to feel, to trust. And I thought, well, it's not that scary, And if I could perform it on a dance floor, then I go and I perform it in my life. And since then, my personal life has changed a lot because what I've learned on the dance floor, I implemented it with my partner. Right. And it's a very different communication. So for me, I would say that the dancing saved my private life, my intimate life, my partnerships. And so strong. And I feel like, every single person that comes to the dance floor, we all come with different fears and backgrounds and stuff. But for me, just the physical touch was like, but again, one of the interesting insights that I always had, and I keep sharing this with people, is like, even if you accept to dance or you go for a dance and you end up not liking the person, not liking the style, the drive, how maybe harsh or smooth he is or she is, then I always say to myself, it's like, well, you just have 3 minutes, right?
Right.
So if you can just relax, you know that it's going to finish, and then you will be gone and you will be free. And then I also think you can implement the same thing into your life. It's like nothing is forever. We are stuck in a place with a person or a job for a certain amount of time. So if we do implement the dancing mindset on whatever is, there where we are not happy, we can just, relax and just say, fine, I'm here for 2 months. I'm gone, bye-bye, ciao. I'm here for 3 minutes, go, ciao. I go to the next partner, the one who I like.
I'm going to use this in my classes.
Yes, exactly. I like this point of view.
I'm going to document everything you just said and use it in my classes. It's beautiful what you just said. Amazing. Yes. That is a very good mindset that you should have.
So my next question might be a bit, personal. Like, have you ever faced any prejudice or stereotypes by choosing the path of dancing and teaching dancing?
More than I can count. Yes. So, culturally speaking, I come from a kind of a conservative community environment. After all, I'm Arab. I come from the Middle East. So we're always expected to become doctors, engineers.
Good Lord. You're
exactly,
far away from there.
The standard job where
and not because you are a doctor, because we heal with dancing.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. We do heal.
We heal. Yes.
We have that power, and a lot of people tend to forget about this, that art in general, not only dancing, art tends to heal the soul. Yeah. As I always say, a psychiatrist is as important as a surgeon.
Yes.
Like a person who heals the soul, who heals the brain, is as important as a person who heals the body. Because after all, a clean mind is a clean body, and a healthy mind is a healthy body. I kind of steered away from the question, but yes, I did have a lot of judgment before. I was expected to do a lot of different stuff. But for me, I always had one ideology, is that you should always do what you love. And it's kind of cliche, do what you love, but I truly believe in that. Like if you do something that you don't actually believe in, or you do something that you don't feel like you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, why bother in the first place? And I can see myself that like dancing to my grave, like I don't mind to dance until the end of time, because it's what I truly enjoy and what I actually feel safe.
Yeah.
And it's something that I can do 24/7.
Yeah, the same for me. Something that I can do 24 hours. Even if I'm tired, sometimes we're coming after party, we're tired, our body hurts, but we're still like,
The body goes by
That
itself.
is a very true
But I
story.
also know that you had your career in marketing, right? So you
Yes.
moved to a bigger city. You were, working on a completely different field, and then you dropped that field and became a
Yes.
dance teacher. So what people said about that?
So teaching and dancing, it's a bit different. So when you just dance for yourself, it's okay. Like nobody was saying anything. Like
Yeah, good for you.
dance, yeah, have
Good for you.
fun, yeah. But then when I started teaching and when I decided to make like my main career, my job, people start saying like, "Are you sure? Like, are you crazy?" Because at that time, like I was like working in a company as a marketer, but at evenings, like after 6 p.m., I was just teaching for myself. And when you do it like that, it's fine. And me, myself, at that time, I didn't have this belief that I can earn money by teaching. Like, that's why I was doing like, okay, let it be hobby and it's fine for me. Because like for that time, I was earning like $100, $200. And you cannot live like for that money.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then when Corona came and everyone was at home, everyone was locked, I didn't stop dancing and teaching even for one day.
Wow.
I was doing it online for free. Like first like 2 weeks I was doing it for free. Then I started doing like online courses, lady styling, this, that. And then like after 1 month, I just sit and realized like whatever happening in the world, like I'm still dancing. And maybe it's a sign, maybe you should try, like think about it. I'm like, okay, let's do next. I need to prove my brain that I can earn money by dancing, by teaching. And I put like myself a plan. Let's do $300 because my maximum was 200. I reached it. Let's put plan $500. I reached it. Let's put plan $1,000. In Tashkent, by teaching dancing, it's like really hard. And I did it. And my maximum was almost $2,000
Wow.
in Uzbekistan. And I was like, wow, if I can do it by teaching, then why not? Because I
Yeah.
cannot not to dance. Yeah. So
Wow.
this is my story, how I became a dance teacher.
Yeah, wow, that's very interesting. I didn't know that, and I'm very thankful to you that you share that with us. And there's a question that I ask all my guests: is that what are you grateful for today? And I will start with myself. So since we are in a dancing podcast, talking about how dance is improving our lives, I want to say that I am very thankful to Dubai, that Dubai brought me to dancing, that I am a dancer since 3 years ago. And then I started with something that I was, comfortable with, like bachata. Then I forced myself to go to salsa, which was a bit more technical and complicated for me. And then I struggled so much with kizomba, Dilara,
Yes.
until I got it. And I'm so thankful and grateful to Dubai for that. I'm very grateful to you guys to be there for me whenever I need it. And I'm very grateful to myself to, to not giving up and to see the bright side in dancing and to overcome all my fears and struggles. And I am very thankful also to, to our Arcast studio guys that are, here today to help us to share this with the world. And I'm grateful for all of that. So your turn.
Love it. Love it. What I'm thankful for is I'm thankful for all the people around me, my relationships, as in family, friends, my colleagues. I feel like I've been blessed with such incredible people around me that allowed me to pursue what I actually want, pursue my dreams, pursue my career. I am blessed and I'm very grateful for Dubai as well. Of course, Dubai has. I feel like Dubai, and I don't know like if I'm correct because I'm living here. So everybody talks. Everybody, we have a saying that we say everybody talks good about their own honey. But I feel like Dubai might be one of the best places to be in the world right now.
Yes.
As in cultural diversity, job opportunities, financial career, everything. Dubai is offering a very good opportunity for whoever you are, wherever you are, to come here and to actually pursue what you want. So I'm very blessed to be here. I'm thankful, most importantly, to God. I am not quite a very religious person, But I'm always thankful to God. I'm always thankful for God for giving me what I actually wanted, for rewarding me with my hard work and rewarding me in my career. So yeah, for me, I will always be thankful to God.
Good. Thank you for sharing.
You're super welcome.
Dilara?
So we are saying we're grateful for.
Whatever you're grateful for.
Usually, it's a very good practice for me. I try to even like write every day
Oh.
what I'm grateful for. But for today, I think I would say I'm grateful to God that I can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can dance and I can do it like good, that I can like share this knowledge with other people, because through that I can meet a lot of people around the world. And dancing is basically, it's like a language. I have this experience when I went to some country and I didn't speak the same language with people that side. So we couldn't speak, but one guy invited me to dance and we could have talked
Yes.
through
I
dancing.
had a conversation. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm thankful God that I can dance today and I can meet a lot of people around the world through dancing.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing. And I think this is one of the key points of dancing, the community. So, so I totally agree with you. It's like, it's a very interesting point that you might not speak the same language, but on a dance floor, we are all, we are
It's the common
communicating in
language.
a way that you could never even imagine. It's like we are connecting to our bodies, to our nature, you know, to something bigger than us. And you know, we can just share that language. And in terms of community, I also think that dancing is a very inspiring community, because you have, when you come, especially when you balance the social dancing and the academy dancing, meaning that when you come to the class to learn, you see how, you know, every person struggles with different things. You see the progress in yourself, you see the progress in others, you are cheering people up, like, come on, you did it good. But at least me as a follower, especially, I know that some people as leaders, they can struggle, and I see it particularly in kizomba because it's a very complex dance. So whenever they fail, I can see that they feel very bad, because it's not that they only failed to them, but they failed to me. And whenever they make it good, I'm like, yeah, this time was good. And then I can see that he's smiling. So it's like, it's a very nice pampering, cheering up to your peers, you know, to your dancing colleagues. And also, you know, whenever we go to social dancing, we meet people, different background, different nationality, different language. Like, and then you say, oh, where did you learn dancing? And oh, I learned in the Netherlands, I learned in Spain, I learned in Syria, I learned in, you know, Uzbekistan, Dubai. So it's really, I would say that, you know, before it was Nokia connecting people, then Dubai connecting people, and now dancing is definitely connecting people.
Right.
And especially social dancing, like bachata, salsa, kizomba, because it's a couple dance. Yeah.
It allows you to be more free while you're dancing.
Yeah.
Totally agree with
Yeah.
that.
So, what misconception, you know, about social dancing? You know that we have a lot of misconceptions. So, which misconception would you like to talk, and something that you would like to break? Let's say this is not true.
Like, can you bring an example, like misconception, like?
Misconception meaning like something that people think about social
But it's
dancing
wrong,
or dancing, but it's not true.
Okay.
Or it's something that really pisses you off. It's like, this is not true. I don't know why people keep thinking that or telling that. It's not what it is.
I think, personally speaking, the worst misconception about dancers or teachers in this community is that everybody's okay with crossing boundaries when it comes to physical touch. And that's a problem that should be identified worldwide, because as we said previously, when it comes to dancing, it's this 3 minutes, you are with that person, and your only job is to dance for the sake of dancing. And that's it.
Yes.
People tend to forget about this, about dancers. And they look at dancers in a way which is, let's say, unethical, or something that is not associated with the society that they're currently in. But for me, dancing should always be about communication, about interpreting what you actually feel at the moment. And part of it is physical connection, of course, and physical contact. But physical contact is not everything about the dance, not even resembling half of it.
Yeah.
So that is a misconception.
I
that
agree.
think
I
should
totally
be,
agree. You know, so many. I mean, I don't post that much videos of me dancing, but people know I dance, and when they see how I dance,
Right.
the first reaction is like, "Wow," and the second reaction, especially if it's something a bit more. The moves that we are a bit closer to each
Sensual,
other,
right.
they're like, oh my god, but he's or she, you know, because in Spain even with she or whenever you dance with a teacher it can be a she, it doesn't matter, it's a person, like, oh my god, he's so close to you, like didn't you feel awkward or weird, or don't you feel like, you know, he's touching you too much? I said like, well, the thing, if social dancing, I'm speaking as a woman, if social dancing wasn't safe for women, we wouldn't be going there.
100%.
Because
100% agree.
what woman would put herself in a position to be touched wherever she doesn't want to be touched, or it's like I would never voluntarily go somewhere when I'm not safe, and especially also because it is, people keep forgetting it's a community. So if somebody is not behaving nicely, the word spreads, and then people don't want to dance with that
Totally
person
agree.
anymore. So it's like a mini world where people respect each other and they connect with each other. And I totally agree. Yes, we can be physically close. That doesn't mean it is intimate, you know.
Agreed.
And people usually take intimacy out of the dance floor. And especially, I believe, in places like Dubai, we respect the social appearance or the way we dress or how we behave. So, you know, we don't harm and we can respect the country we are in. So, yeah, I totally agree. And I tell people like, yeah, he was close, but so I was. So was
100%,
I.
yes.
So was I. I don't know who was
It
suffering
was
more.
a two-party agreement.
Exactly.
I love this answer.
Love it, yes.
Yes. So yeah, like my next question was, you know, in
Oh,
what?
can I add to this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Misconceptions. Yes.
Misconception. Yeah.
Let's do it.
I think the main misconception that I face, it's like not everyone can dance, and dancing is not for everyone.
Oh wow, that's very
Yeah.
true.
Usually people come and say, you know, I haven't danced never in my life, and I think it's not for me. And I believe that dancing is for everyone. Everyone can dance in their own level. And I want to break this misconception because people, I think they stop themselves even to come to the class because of that. So I think and I believe everyone can dance at their own level. And because we are very the same, right?
Same.
Two legs, two hands, like it's like the same body. So how to move your hand, you know by yourself. Teachers can just show you, but I think there is like, how to say, a block, mental block. And maybe when he was a kid, somebody told him like, you cannot dance, it's not for you, and he really believes in that. But for me, I really believe everyone can dance, and dancing is for everyone.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well said.
Thank you. That's totally true. And I also think we can add to the misconceptions that a lot of guys think that dancing is something not cool for boys, and
Very good
Or
misconception.
less manly.
less manly.
Right.
And I believe that's completely and totally wrong, because exactly it's the exact opposite. Because as a man, you know, let's say in this society or whatever, or the man himself, you know, expects him to be confident, to lead properly, to take decisions. That's some men who, you know, the men who want to see them more manly. That's the patterns that they want to tick in. You know, like, I'm leading. You know, I know what I'm doing. I understand where I am, etc., etc., etc. So how is that different from what you're doing on a dance floor? It's exactly the same. To be able to feel the music, to be able to understand what is the environment, you know, like that people are dancing here, I should move her this way, I need to lead her in the proper way, I need her to make me understand. It's exactly the same that a man would do in a real world.
Right.
So it reflects the society, and it's the huge misconception that it's not for men and it's less manly.
100%.
I believe
agree
it's
with
Here's the representative.
exactly.
I
It's
agree
the
with
it's
When
the
he dances, looks like a real man.
yes, yes. So you have no chance. He's leading
Yeah.
you. You're like, okay, okay, fine.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you,
you
sir.
And that's
Yes,
the beauty of
And
sir.
you feel so feminine.
Yeah, you feel
Yeah.
very feminine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I totally agree with that. And also, I feel, you know, what you said about that not everyone can dance. I feel like we are all different, same as we are all different the way we dress or the way we write. We are different in the way that we dance. So some people can feel the musicality more. Some people can be technically better. And I feel another misconception is that, you know, people think that, oh, you have this dance teacher, so you have to to be like a copy paste to this
Right.
dance teacher. But again, each of you has a very different style. So it's like if you are good in a technical part, it's also nice and enjoyable to dance for a follower, at least with someone who is good in technically, you know, because, and then somebody who is very into musicality, he's more passionate. So that's a completely different dance. And you also enjoy that. Like, you know, we don't have to be exactly the same as
Totally
people.
agree.
We have to
Totally agree.
embrace our personality. And if we are good at something in our life, we can be good at something in our dancing. And that will be our signature part. So then whoever wants to
spice.
have fun, whatsoever would come, you know, to somebody who is fun, or whoever needs some more
Right.
technical, it's be more technical, or someone who is a bit more, maybe like a more powerful, stronger leader, also nice. Right?
Right.
So-
Totally agreed. Everybody has
yeah.
their own spice. Yeah.
At the very beginning, it's nice to copy someone. Like you create this idol. Like when you like the style, it's good to copy just to create your vocabulary.
Yes.
But then you create your own style, like the way you want. And if you look different and you don't look like the same that person that you're trying to copy, it's good. I all the time say it's good, because sometimes our students, they become like sad. I cannot do the way you're doing. And I'm trying to say, and even don't try, please do it your own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because why we need another Dilara? Why we need another Rami?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Totally
but I
agree.
totally agree that you know, even when I started dancing different dances, I took private classes from Dilara, from Asel, you know, from different teachers, because each of you guys have different style. So I said, oh, I like this move, I like this move, but then the way I combine, like even I notice now on a dance floor that I take bits and bytes from different people, but I combine it in the way that it's my style.
Exactly, and that's
And I'm like,
beauty.
oh, that's
Yes.
great.
And
you
I
know?
love this moment when it happens, when you find your own style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that moment I love watching even person dancing. Maybe he's doing mistakes, maybe he's not perfect, but you cannot take away your eyes because it's your style.
Yeah, yeah,
And this is the power of elaborating, actually.
yeah.
Like when you elaborate upon a certain concept, when you're watching somebody dance and you like what you're seeing and you're like, okay, I like this. So it's not necessary to do exactly this. It's just something for you to catch. Like, I enjoyed this style, enjoyed that style, enjoyed that style.
Yeah.
So
Inspiring.
at some point, exactly, inspiration. At some point, you will get to the conclusion that you like this and this and this and this. So I can create this and this and that.
Yeah,
And that's the beauty of dancing.
yeah, absolutely. And my next question is about mistakes and rejection. So, how do you guys deal with mistakes? How do you deal with rejection in dancing by yourself as you? And how do you deal with you know, with your students that are not that comfortable with mistakes? How do you?
Oof.
How do you address that matter, particular matter?
For that question, we have two different people
Yes.
inside of us. The one who is like, it's okay, mistakes are good, do them, it's experience. And another one who's saying, no,
I will never dance with you again. It's like,
what?
Oh God.
But
Yeah.
it's true,
All
right?
right. So
Especially as a teacher.
Here we have honest conversation. This
honestly,
is done. Raw and real. We don't hide
Raw and
anything.
real. All right.
Yes.
honestly, so look, so we as teachers, we don't have this problem a lot because like we're always dancing with our students, we're always dancing with people that we know, people would like to dance with us because we are experienced professionals in this field. But we get this question a lot, and especially from students, like, I was in this festival, or I was in that country, or I was in that social, and I got a rejection. Like, okay,
What
so how do you process that
Yeah,
rejection?
how do you process?
And some people tell me like, I'm never inviting this person ever again. So I was like, no, but it's not the solution, right? Because that person might have a situation at that point. Maybe that person is tired, or that person just wants a break, and which is fine. Because as you see in socials, like, things get to be super fast.
Yeah.
The pace is super quick. Like, you're finishing a dance, somebody else is inviting you for a dance, and you're like, oh my God, I just want to have a breath. It's too hot here. The AC is off. The water is not cold enough. And there's a lot of things that you need to put into perspective before you judge that person. So I always say that when you get a rejection, take it. So to my leaders, I say, take it as a man. It's fine. Swallow it. Invite that person again after. And it's okay. If that person doesn't want to dance with you, which might be a possibility, it's okay. Don't take it personal. It happens. To my followers, I hope you don't ever face a rejection from a guy, but if you do, don't take it personal as well, and just embrace the thought that it's not a problem within you. You're a good dancer. Everybody's a good dancer. Everybody has their own style, and things like this just tend to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
And how about mistakes?
Mistakes.
I don't do any mistakes. What are you talking about?
Everybody does
What are you
mistakes.
talking about? What mistakes? It does not exist in my perfect Dubai male bachata icon. Like, we
Crown.
don't do mistakes.
See my crown? No, I actually do a lot of mistakes, and it's fine. And especially as me, because I get super excited sometimes when I'm dancing, and I always try to control my energy. And it's something that I say publicly, like, I have a lot of energy that I need to contain sometimes. And sometimes mistakes are happening, you know? And sometimes I'm into this energy, like, oh my God, it's such a good song. I'm in getting into so much good energy right now. And I'm dancing with somebody that does not have that capability yet. And I'm forcing on her maybe something a bit too difficult for her. And it happens to me as much as it happens to a lot of leaders. Then you're like, whoa, no, you need to have a conversation. You need to understand who you're dancing with. When you're making mistakes on the dance floor, always tend to communicate better. That's why, like, for me personally, when I'm starting a dance, I always start lightly to understand who I'm dancing with. Because it's a conversation. Hello, hi, how you doing? My name is, you are. And you have to understand the capability of that person. When it comes to training, I don't take mistakes very good. I get to be I tend to be very harsh on myself when I'm training, like, let's say with my partner Asel, and we're preparing for something, or when I'm training with Dilara and preparing for a workshop or whatever it is. Me personally, I don't take mistakes very lightly. I tend to be harsh on myself, which I think it's wrong. But I'm trying to work better and trying to be better at
We'll
that
put
field.
downstairs, like, when the guys work in process.
Right.
Work in process.
I agree 100%. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Every professional makes mistakes. Just don't take it so difficult. Don't take it so roughly on yourself. Make that mistake and learn from it.
Yeah, I find that, and I apply this to all my hobbies. You know, I dance, and I also play paddle, and they're very similar. Let's say sports. You know, in terms of balance, in terms of body movement, and sometimes I'm trying to make a move or trying to hit the ball into a particular place, or, you know, to learn about certain moves, and it's just not happening. So what I tend to do is that I leave that for maybe like a day or two or a week, and I come to it after, because I might not be in a state of mind. I might be anxious. I might be thinking about something else, and the fact that I cannot do it, knowing that there is no, you know, reason for me not to do it, it just makes me sick. I just feel, I'm like, ooh. So I said, okay, fine. I will stop trying because I'll just forget about this. I will go and do something else, try something else. And then what happens when you go back? It just magic happens because you've been training your muscles. It's just your head that was not there. So then I come back and finally I do it. And sometimes things are not happening, so you have to try again and try again. But yeah, as you said, everyone makes mistakes. So we have to remember that even the biggest gurus, dancing gurus, they still make mistakes.
Exactly.
And about the rejection, I also agree that the fact that it's like everything in life. If you speak to someone on the street and the person replies you in a very moody, bad, harshly way, so many people take it on them. And I'm like, why would you take it on yourself? The person might not respond to you in the correct way, or this person might be having a bad day. It's their problem.
100%.
Like you are ruining your day just by accepting someone else's, mental state issues, because today he just or she just didn't have a good day, or as you said, the person might be tired,
Right.
And whenever someone tries to come and tries to ask me for dance and I'm genuinely tired, I make this face like so
I'll do it, just know I'm exhausted.
I'm like so exhausted, like give me a break. I said next one. So next one, sometimes they're already waiting and I give my word, so I have to dance with the guys. So it is what it is. That's how we deal it on a dance floor. So next question is about your teaching process. So whenever you prepare for your workshop, masterclass, or just for your class, do you do it more technically or more emotional? How do you approach your preparing job as a teachers?
For me, I try to do it both ways. But if you observe my classes, I think they're more like technical. So like if we take like 100%, it's 70% more technical, 30% more like emotional.
And why
I
do
like
you
going deep to details. For now, at least like that. I was not all the time going deep to details, but nowadays I like going deep to details because this creates like really comfortable dancing for both partners, for leaders and for followers. And because you see on a dance floor, a lot of people try to do just move to do the move. But at the same time, now we have bachata sensual, which we have a lot of like waves, head rolls, deeps, cambres, and if you do it a little bit wrong, you can hurt person.
Absolutely.
And it's a responsibility. And then this person goes, yeah, Dilara taught me to do this move. So I try to consider everything.
Dilara is carrying her bag, guys. It's nothing about you. It's about her reputation as a teacher.
Oops.
Well, it is.
But yeah, because like it happened with me. I didn't have like really like a serious injury, but still like I had problems then with my lower back, with my neck. And I'm like, but of course I cannot, predict everything. Even if I teach right, sometimes like guys cannot like control their power and they can do something. But still, I try to go deep to details. So basically, even individually, like partner, leader, and the follower can feel comfortable themselves.
Okay. What about Rami?
I think it differs. It comes to be different within a lot of factors. I will narrow it down to two. Whether if you're teaching a class of your students, which you already know, and you already know their capabilities, or you're teaching a class where you don't know who's going to be attending it. Like let's say a couple months back when I was doing a class in India, in a festival called Bailar Conmigo 3.0, I had the opportunity to teach a very big class. Almost 160, 170 people.
Wow.
Right.
It's a very big class.
It is a big class.
It's like a pavilion.
Right.
What class?
Because it was like in a festival, so I was teaching a very big
Wow.
workshop. And I already have prepared something with my partner, and we already knew what we did, right? We already knew what we were doing in the class. Beginning like 20, 25 minutes, we realized that it may have been a bit difficult for them. We're like, oh, it's maybe a bit challenging, right? Because we had a lot of different diverse categories. Like we had very good dancers, people who've been dancing for years. We had people who've been dancing for 6 months. We've had people who are dancing for whatever it is. And we saw a lot of different levels. So as a teacher, you gotta adapt to the situation. We were like, right, so maybe we should change this. And at spot, we changed entirely what we were gonna teach. Okay, we're gonna do this and this and this. Maybe easier, maybe this. Because after all, we had like 55 minutes to finish. And we cannot just hope it will finish on time. We had to finish on time. So we had to adjust to the situation. Hopefully it turned out well. And when I'm teaching a class of my students, like in Dubai, in the academy, I always tend to think about the last two classes. What did they do? What mistakes happened? What are they missing in their dancing element? And I always try to find this element within something that I want to teach, whether if it's an exercise or a combination. And that's how I approach my teaching.
Wow. Well, that's very, I mean, both of your responses also very similar to how I approach my clients as well, because I think we as, we are kind of a guides, to people. We heal people and we guide them. So as a guide, you know a big amount of information. And our job is to see who is in front of us and how we can help them within all the tools we have, which is the exact tool that we have to give to people in order for them to improve, right? And it might be something technical, it might be some emotional spark, it might be some exercise that they need to do on repeat for 20 minutes just to get it. Like, we just have to get it. And I know people are suffering, like, why do I have to do this for 20 minutes in a row? You have to do it. Believe me, I know what I'm doing. You came to my class, you are. And also, I feel like we have very big responsibility, because whenever people coming into our room, or into at least my room or your dance room, they automatically give you trust. And we are in, I always say this word wrong, but I think you will get me. Hierarchy,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's like a priori, right? We are slightly higher than them, because when they come into the room, they already give this, they accept this hierarchy, right? So we have responsibility with them, and they always also open to us. And something that I try to remember in all my my sessions is that something that my catwalk, professional catwalk coach, when I did my modeling, told me once. It's like, whenever we do shows, fashion shows, sometimes we have choreography. Okay, you go here, go left, turn right, whatever. And he said to me, only you know what choreography you will do. The people who are watching you have zero idea. So if you turn left instead of right, they will not know. They will follow you because they come to see you.
Right.
And I remember this every time I have someone in my room or my Zoom, or I believe you also in your class. It's like, they don't know. They came for you. They came for you to guide you, to guide them. And that's why, if we remember that we have the ability to adapt to them, it's great. And I always say that when clients come, I tell them I will give them what they want, and I end up giving them what they need. And I think it's exactly what you guys are doing in the class.
Yes.
You give them what they need. Yes, you will learn how to dance, to be a star,
But maybe
25 minutes of this exercise because it is what you need.
Maybe, it's not what you need. And I like all the time, my scenario before the class, it's one thing in my head, but it all the time ends up with different thing. And sometimes, like when you are teaching in couple, it's very hard because like you agree to something.
Okay, and then you're like, bye.
And like you see that today they need something different. And basically, I love this, my ability to adjust in the moment. I can do it easily. For me, it's like very easy, like to change everything and to go to different direction. And at the end, it works better. But when you teach in a couple, it's very important to inform, like, look, I'm going to change now the scenario. We're not going to do what we planned.
We're going that side.
And I think this is the best because you're trusting, you're going with the flow. And
So this is now about the people that we help. But what about you guys? What mindset or thought or idea or the way you process helped you today to be the good teachers that you are?
Oh wow, that's an amazing question.
Such a deep question.
You were
She's
coming
going
into
for the
my
soft
head.
spot, you know.
So what helped
Okay.
us to?
Yeah, what mindset helped you today? Or maybe back in the days, what's the way of thinking you have that is making you today a successful teacher? What is helping you?
I think. Yeah.
Please.
Sorry. Go
Please,
go
no.
ahead. No, go
Right.
ahead.
Dun, dun, dun. Couple work, communication.
I think honestly the most important mindset for me I have is that whenever I have a class, whether it's a private class or a group class or whatever it is, I always have the mentality that everybody is coming to this class for a reason in their life. Some people are coming because their job's stressful. Some people are coming because they think this is good cardio. Some people are coming because they want to find something deeper within themselves and they think that thing is the solution. So for me, I always tend to understand the person that I'm teaching more than why I want to teach you. Like I want to teach you this to become a good dancer. I want to teach you this aspect and that aspect so you can become in this and this and this and this. But when it comes to focusing on individuals, I always want to understand their perspective. Why do you want to dance? Why you want to become a dancer? That's why this is my first question always when I'm having like a first class with somebody. Why are you here? Why are we in this room now? Why am I teaching this class? I want to know your reason. Why are you here?
Yeah, and that's the reason why you're a
Right.
good teacher, man.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope I am.
That's a very interesting question, and I like this kind of questions. Basically, I think, I like life coaching and psychology, and I'm really deep into that. And I work, like I do self-development, and I think this helps me a lot because it helps me to understand myself. And when I can understand myself, I can understand better person, in front of me.
Yeah.
And I think also my flexibility, like here, mindset, flexibility. Yeah, I don't go to extremes. I try to be understanding and like I don't say, no, this is only right way. For example, even my teaching changes like every day. Yesterday I was saying, no, this is just the right way. Today I can change and I accepted that yesterday I was wrong and I changed it. I don't go to extremes and I don't like push people, you should go only this way. Even when I was teaching in Uzbekistan, I was like from the very first day I was saying, go to other teachers. Go to other teachers.
Yeah, go explore.
Go explore. And when they come and tell me like, this teacher told me this, you're telling me this, another one telling this, I say everything is right. Everything is right.
You might be confused, but it is what it
Yes.
is. That's how it is. We are constantly confused.
I'm sorry for that, but yes, everything is right. And I cannot say that this is wrong. What I'm saying is right, but another teacher is saying wrong.
Yeah. Nice.
Because it's wrong to say like that.
Yeah. So mind flexibility, great
Yes.
point. And my last question to you guys today, my deepest question to all my guests is that if you thought the previous one was deep, wait for this
Exactly.
one.
Like, ooh, take your
I'm
breath.
challenging you. You challenged me on dance floor, on the dance academy, on the dance floor. I have to give it back. So I'm
Love
sorry.
it. Sure.
It is a win-win. So if your life was a book, what chapter would you be in your book right now?
Oh my.
And this question might help you also to maybe open up about your next projects or your something that you're working on right now. So which is your chapter? Dancing chapter. We'll put here like
You wanna take over?
working process.
Exactly.
Working
It's
process.
My brain is buffering right now, loading.
Loading.
Yeah, like for me now, it's a very hard question. I explain why, because I live in a state like I don't know what's gonna be tomorrow, and I trust. It's not like I'm not doing anything. No, I'm doing what now today is giving me, and
Focus on now.
yes. So this is
Okay.
my state, like recently, like last 4 months,
Oh.
and
Well.
I'm not planning something like for like long term.
Well, then it's a chapter to be present.
Yeah, to be present
Yeah.
and trust.
Very important chapter. Not everyone can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rami.
Okay.
Okay, Rami was like, okay. Well, I do have plans.
I would say. Woo, all right. I would say.
I would say.
I would say. So actually, last 2 months were a bit challenging for me, life-wise. I was having some implications, not something very specific. Just having some things in my life, like I had a car accident like a month ago
Oh my
almost.
God.
Yeah.
That's a disaster chapter.
Right. So, but that was ago. So that was last
Oh,
month.
that was,
It's
that
not
was,
right now.
okay, that
Right.
was the previous chapter. Oh, okay.
We'll
okay.
get to that chapter. I was feeling less motivated when I'm doing things in general. Working out wasn't as enjoyable to me.
Yeah, we
Dancing
can
wasn't.
see you came with an injury today. We can see
Right.
it. It's not
Yes,
enjoyable.
like-
like you were.
I'm
you
doing it out of
You were
anger.
sabotaging yourself. I can clearly see that. Oh my God.
I have a routine though, so I stick to my routine. Dancing as well, it happens to a lot of dancers, and I get this question a lot, like, what do I do when I feel a burnout? What do I do when I feel a
Yeah.
burnout? And I felt that burnout, to be honest, as a normal human. Yes, I'm a dance teacher, but I felt that burnout like almost a month ago, 2 months ago.
Oh, come on, guys. You're not robots. Of course,
Exactly,
you will
yeah.
feel
We
burnout.
breathe,
but some
we
people
eat,
think.
Yes, like people tend to forget that
Another
we're actually
misconception.
Right.
We can add that
Let's
to
go
the
back to that
number
point.
4.
So yeah, I felt this overwhelming like of things, it's like tiny pickers, like tuck, 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 is like a lot of overwhelming things on me right now. So at some point, like 2 weeks ago, I sat down with myself. I wrote down my problems, like you're having this. Okay, let's start step by step.
Yeah.
And every day I started to write down what I actually wanted to solve. Like Tuesday, 19th, I want to solve this issue. Wednesday, 20th, I want to solve this issue. And by the end of the day, I want to document the result, which I actually did.
So nice.
Surprisingly enough, it did help me.
Of course.
I'm still on that chapter in that progress. So I would call this chapter of my book The Comeback.
The comeback.
Because I'm coming back. And I feel good about it. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me today
absolute
to
pleasure.
talk about such a meaningful topic. And, I'm sure that we opened up a lot of behind the curtain. We opened up a lot of misconceptions. We shared your stories, my story, and I'm sure it will be inspirational for our listeners.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes,
And
hopefully.
Thank you, Margarita,
Hopefully,
for
thank you for
inviting
having
us
us.
and organizing this.
It was pleasant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing
So,
podcast.
our dear listeners, we realize that behind every dancer, there is a story, there are fears, there are emotions, and there is background. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to us and comment, because that creates our community, that builds more the way that people can see these stories, and more stories to be heard and more stories to be shared. This was the Untold Conversations, Raw and Real, and your favorite host, Margarita Alex. Thank you.
Woo!